This is always the fun part.
Yeah, I think I've got it though. Hold on. Hi.
Hello. How are you?
I'm doing great. And it's so beautiful here. I couldn't help but be outside for this call. So,
Oh my gosh, I just got chills. I'm like, that's exactly where you're supposed to be. Oh my,
yeah. Yeah.
absolutely. In the sunshine and enjoying your beautiful space. So thank
hmm
you for joining us.
Of course. Thank you for having me.
Oh my gosh, of course. I'm gonna let you go ahead and just introduce yourself. Maybe how we came to be and a little bit about you.
Sure. Okay. So, my name's Heather Hurd, and we have this beautiful property up on the foothills of the Adirondack Mountains in northern New York. And I guess I'll try to make my long journey as compact as possible without missing out on some of the awesome things that have happened. So we'll start with the heavy stuff. So and back around 2017 and for quite a bit before that, I was, with a partner that he was very mentally abusive to me. And it gave me a lot of beliefs about myself that definitely weren't true and weren't positive. And then in 2017, March of 2017, my brother took his own life. And he lived with his wife, who wasn't, the nicest person either. And why I'm saying this is because it made me realize something, and that was that when we suffer ourselves, we might think, oh, we're strong, we can handle it, no big deal, like me and my relationship. But what I realized with my brother's passing was that when we suffer, oh, there's a butterfly flying around me. When we suffer, we hurt everybody else that loves us, our friends, our family, and everything. So I made a huge shift. I left my fiance of, like I said, 13 years, and just started embarking on this journey of meditation, yoga, and my life got better and better and better. I ended up marrying the most wonderful man, living in abundance now. And I was like, I really got to help women to just see how powerful these practices are, and to overcome anything that gets in the way of doing what we want to do. And so I let's see, I kind of put that on the back burner because I was having a lot of confidence issues, and just, yeah, I want to do this stuff, but that's not for real. I got to work in the corporate job. That was another thing. I had a really good job. I had worked my way to, a six-figure salary, and like, how could I give that up and still survive? Like, in my
Right.
mind, that was impossible.
Yeah.
So back to my brother's passing, I started seeing a lot of signs with rainbows. It was kind of my connection with hope, past that very tragic time. And so one day, well, for our anniversary last year, my husband gave me a bell tent, which is a big canvas, beautiful tent. And I decked it out. I glamped it. It was gorgeous, like all the finest blankets, everything. And I was like, this can do this. I can invite them into glamping retreats where they can come and rejuvenate and rest and remember who they are and just go back to the world charged up, and it was like, this is perfect. But of course, those conditioned thoughts really started getting in the way of, no, you can't do this. You need your income. Nobody will come, everything. So one day when I was really getting down on this, I was outside watering, and all these thoughts came up, and I just broke down, and I pleaded with God. I was like, if I should walk this path, please give me a sign. I don't know what this, all this conflict in my head is right now. And I turned around, and there was a rainbow, huge rainbow. And I started crying in gratitude, thank you for the sign. I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do it. And then another rainbow formed above it, right in front of my eyes. So what I'm saying this whole story is because the next day somehow got one of Leanne's live feeds, and here's Leanne saying, "Oh, I'm leaving my job. I'm embarking on this whole world of helping women." And I'm like, "Oh my gosh, this is where I'm at in life." So that's how I met Leanne. We connected. I had messaged her in the comments and said, "Wow, I can relate to you," and then we connected shortly after. So yeah, my story, my very long story.
I love it. No, so many pieces, right? Because we have been talking about like
Mhm.
how the universe just keeps on aligning, and then for us to step into that, and there's all these signs, right? And just to pay attention to them, and it is this like reconnecting with our intuition and reconnecting with that trust and moving forward. So I think that everything is
Mhm.
synchronous, and there are no mistakes that are created in the universe's path. So I love it.
I agree. I agree.
So yeah, it's funny because you didn't even go through the 5 day. We talked and
No, no, I didn't. It felt very divine and connected. And yeah, and it's funny because when we talked, my biggest thing for wanting to do the program was, I had mentioned a little bit earlier, I had a humongous lack of confidence, and I wanted to be able to teach this, but I felt that I couldn't teach anything unless I had a big stack of certifications. That's just how I felt. So I thought, oh, I can take Leanne's program. And when I talked to Leanne, I was like, can I learn from this program, potentially take some parts from it, and teach it and that kind of thing. And she's like, yeah, of course. um and so that's what I was hoping to get out of the program. I was just hoping to feel a little bit more confident about teaching and maybe some materials, and I got so much more because I didn't realize how badly I needed this program. So
oh, awesome.
yeah.
What do you think was like one of the biggest like aha moments in the program for you?
I think that there was a lot of little ahas, but they were like a lot, but they were all to do with like conditioned beliefs in the inner child. So once I started, the big aha comes when, once I started realizing that a lot of the things that I was lacking confidence in and stuff came from, something that somebody had said or done. For example, my mother, when I was growing up, she would always certain people as better than us, or and I know she didn't mean it. She's a lovely lady.
Right.
But growing up, I thought I'm not as good as other people, or the people that were doing the things that I would want to do someday, they had something different that I didn't have, which was completely false. But it helped me, learning in your program helped me to realize when I was doing that, and just take a minute with my thoughts and kind of think, can I identify where this came from? And even if I couldn't, it was like, no, this isn't right. And no, it's not right. We'll come back to that later. And so, yeah, I think that was the biggest thing. And it caused me to really start stepping out of my comfort zone. Like, for example, I love yoga. I mentioned earlier, it was something I wanted to bring to the people, and meditation and everything. And I was completely out of shape and everything. And so I was like, I can't be a yoga instructor. I'm going to have to hire one. And I sat with that for a while. I was like, you know, why can't I be a yoga instructor? So I signed up teacher training, and it's been 8 months since I met Leanne, and I am a certified instructor. So we got through that program. I did some pretty heavy challenges throughout the way that helped me to, get in shape and embrace health. And yeah, just so many changes by breaking down those little ahas, and yeah, knowing when to recognize a conditioned thought from something that is truly your intuition saying, don't do that.
Exactly. Exactly. Oh my gosh. And it's so crazy because we were talking about, I love that you bring that up, because in one of the bonus sessions, we were actually talking about what it looks like to almost like this striving, right? Because we're always striving and we're always growing. Like that's what we're here for, is growth. But how can you
Right.
identify when it comes from the conditioned self or the authentic self? And with the conditioned self, it's like, no, to be good enough to teach or do this, I have to get this certification and then I'll be good enough. And then from the authentic self, it's like, I am so passionate about this and I love to do this, right? So it's such a
Yeah.
different feel in that. So I just love that. And I love, just so you know, the rays of the sunshine are coming down on you like it's just sort of your own personal sunshine. I love that.
Awesome.
Uh,
Awesome.
so what would you like about the concept of the group, right? And having women around you, what was that like for you?
It was amazing. I consider a lot of the women I went through the program with friends, and now there's alumni, because it doesn't end when the program ends. The alumni come together and we still do our check-ins, and there's some accountability there. And I don't know, it's always great when you get with other women that are, ready to do the things in their life, and supporting each other, and crying together and laughing together. And it's fantastic, absolutely fantastic.
Awesome. So why don't we talk about, I want you to talk about what we're looking at current day. And
Yeah.
yes, because I said we've collaborated. We have something that we're doing next month.
Okay.
I
Yeah.
can't believe it's next month. I'm so
I
excited.
know. Yeah. Okay. So, current state is everything is coming into actual tangible reality. Everything I have pictured, dreamed about is starting to appear. Well, it has been just manifesting in my life at a speed that I can't even slow down at this point. It's like turning a water faucet on, and so grateful, so grateful. Gratitude is huge. But anyway, yeah, so we're getting ready to host hosting a glamping retreat here on the property, which, by the way, just to mention that when we're going through this, we talked a little bit about the women that we need in our group, and how nice it is to be supported like that for each other. But also, I mean, I like to point out the fact that Leanne is, scheduling this retreat here, and she did it before the ground was broken. She had more faith in me than I think I did at one point. So I just want to ask you ladies, what is it that you look for in a mentor? Because it really doesn't get better than that. So I
Okay.
just appreciate it so much.